should be okay. Watch it still pop up in the background somehow. Is that good? Alright. Let's see. I think that should be okay, honestly. This is not updated. There we go. It's a very specific one I'm looking for today. Where is it? Yeah, I'm having trouble finding it. Let me look up autism. Yup, there it is. That's the one I'm looking for.
What if you could make a song using only your voice? Let's start with the drums.
Alright. Let's cut the music off. Make sure everything's running. Let's just make sure that this is adjusted appropriately. I think that looks pretty good. Just make sure it's not cut off. Yeah, it's a little cut off. I think that looks, wait. Alright, I think that's good. Alright, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna cut the music off. And let's run it. This one is fire. I would love to let it play, but I'm running super behind already. Hopefully I can get through this whole video, but yeah, I'm going to shoot to get through this whole one. I was actually planning on starting with talking about popular civil rights. Well, not really popular, not really known, but important civil rights disability advocacy cases. But I ran super behind on time, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to save that for after the video, and probably after chess, if I, still have the time. But, yeah, I just wanted to do a stream today. We're watching a very special episode today. Oh, wait, I got to make sure I'm recording. I am not. Hold up. There's a couple things that's wrong here. So this, hold up. I got to fix this. So this is already, oh my goodness, no, hold up. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. There we go. Let's take this, right? Let's move this up like that. So is he good? Is he gonna move again? Hope not. Alright, let's take that out. Oh, is that what happens? So I do that and then, oh, interesting. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to just leave it. Right? And then if I take it off full screen, yeah, it does. Interesting. Okay. Okay. That's fine. We can make it work. Yeah, move that up a little bit. Make it a little more even looking. Okay. Alright, so that's good, that's good. Music's off, you can hear me. I'm pretty sure you could hear the sound on the desktop. So I'm just gonna hit record since we're running super behind. Oh my god, I gotta sneeze. Oh, I gotta sneeze so bad. Alright, I'm gonna just start it anyway. It's all good. I think it went away. Okay. Alright, just making sure I'm recording. Okay, perfect. Alright, so today we are watching a very special episode of SBSK. So this is the Arissa and Darius episode. And if you don't know who Darius is a man with autism, and he is the GOAT. He's nonverbal, and he reminds me so much of my brother. So his mom made his page like basically a page documenting their life together, and what it's like raising someone who's nonverbal. And she spreads so much awareness. She's doing such an amazing job. And Darius has improved so much throughout the years. I remember I was watching one video of him, and I think he was reciting the Pledge of Allegiance to a large crowd of people. And this guy is nonverbal. Like, that's so much improvement. But yeah, I love their page so much. I even buy their merch to support their family. And I brought my mini Darius. Hold on, let me get him in the camera. There he is. I got my mini Darius with me. He used to talk. I don't think he talks anymore. Let me see what he says. I don't think he's talking. Yeah, he just says, because it's broken. Hold on, let me see if you can hear it. Yeah, if you could hear that, that's what it says now, because the battery ran out. But I got my mini Darius, and I'm ready to watch this video. Let's see what it's titled. An autistic man who will always need support and his loving parents. In parentheses, Darius. Awesome. Alright, so... Oh, and also, they follow me on Instagram, so shout out them. And thanks for following and for supporting my content, because I love y'all's content, honestly. Spreads a lot of awareness. Like, without their page, like... Oh, man. So they're at over 1 million followers now, and so many people know so much more about people who are nonverbal, who have nonverbal autism because of their page. Like, they try to make like a meme out of him, like not Arissa, like the commenters, the people in the comments. They're like he's a big meme, right? Because he's cool and he's funny and very loving, and he has a smile like you can't forget, right? So, but where was I going with this? Yeah, the people in the comments try to make a meme out of him, right? But like Arissa's page, I think it's called like Darius the King of Stimming, something like that. Her page, like, she has normalized people who are nonverbal so much. Like oh my goodness. I just love their page so much because they really have shown people who like people who don't know people with disabilities, or like just maybe seen them every now and then. she's really shown like the more human side of people who are nonverbal. But this is such a long intro. Let's get into it. We're not wasting any more time. Alright, let's do it. Yo, I can't believe I'm watching this video. Like, I've literally saved this video just for right now. Alright, let me make sure. So I got... so that's up, that's up. Just make sure everything's, like, running good. Where am I going to put my mini Darius? You know what? Let me put him on the bed. On the bed behind me. And then hopefully you can see him. Please don't fall back. He fell right back. I got my mini Darius back there. Now hold up. So if I'm sitting right, all this is going to have to be edited out for sure. So if I'm sitting, I need to put him this way. So like a little further back that way. I think. So like this. I think that should be good. Got my he fell right back. Got my mini Darius. We're ready to go. Yo, so before his battery died, he used to say Darius's common stems, and it was just so awesome. All right, perfect. Can you tell I'm a big fan? All right, let's do it. All right, I'm just taking a breather because these videos are usually hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie. All right, make sure all is well. Everything's recording. Perfect. Awesome. All right, let's do it.
Hey, Darius, come on. Come sit with mommy.
Wait,
okay, race tomorrow. Come on
Race
here.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Wait,
Yes.
All right.
Is he playing a harmonica?
Come sit by me. Come on. Yeah. He's gonna touch my hair. He loves touching my hair.
Is he have a
He's
harmonica?
gonna touch it. Come on.
Oh, that's cool.
Put the harmonica up. Okay, put that in. Sit down.
You say you love touching your hand?
Yeah, hair.
Hair.
He's gonna be touching it. That's just so gassy.
Wait, why do you think he likes touching your hair?
It's like a sensory for him. And it gives him like pleasure and calms his anxiety.
Wait,
Rice tomorrow.
Does she talk about rice a lot?
He loves rice.
Yeah, my brother too. He loves rice.
Wants rice tomorrow. Rice tomorrow, right? Do you want rice tomorrow?
Wait,
Yes, he loves rice. That's his favorite food.
Are you excited for rice tomorrow, Dave?
I think my brother's favorite food is between chicken nuggets, chicken fries, / chicken anything, right? No, his favorite food is French fries, by far. He's always like, French fry. Anytime I ask him, what do you want to eat? He's like, French fry. He says, French fry. He's so cute. All right.
Are you excited about rice? Are you excited? You are.
Oh my god, this just reminds me of how excited my brother gets over French fries. No lie.
Rice? Yeah, he wants rice. Yes. Yes, sit down. Sit down, yes.
Yo, he is so excited. I love it already, man.
Hey, Darius. Darius.
Yo, he is so happy. Oh my goodness.
How are you? It's nice. It's nice to be here with you today.
I feel like this.
Imagine being
These ads. Come
able to
on.
build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
All right.
You see, like now he's still.
I love that Chris, he asks a question and he gives them enough time to respond. Because a lot of people with autism, they don't respond immediately to questions. It takes them a second. They might need to stem a little bit. It might take them just a couple seconds to respond. But Chris gives him adequate enough time to get out his response. And as you saw, after about, 5 or 10 seconds, he then said, yeah. So, yeah, and then also, as you saw, so at some point, I'm not going to go back too much. But at some point he did this. I think he touched his eye as well, but he put his finger up. I think that's a type of stim that he does. You heard the voice, the voices, the vocal. What am I trying to say? The vocalizations. You heard the vocalizations he was making. All of those are different kinds of stims that people with autism use to regulate their emotions and their need for sensory. And the reason why it's so repetitive, they do it over and over and over again, right? It's very repetitive, so that it is familiar to them. Like, I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to think of another way to phrase that. I feel like that just makes sense, right? Like, he does the same one over and over and over repetitively because, you know, doing the same thing over and over, it feels familiar, and as it is the same, right? I feel like that just makes sense. But yeah, as you can see, he has multiple stims that he's doing, and I love the laughter. He's so excited. All right, let me go back a little bit.
You see, like now he's stimming in his own zone.
So yeah, he's stimming using a hum. So wow, that's amazing. So even years gone by, so he still does this stim to this day. What he likes to do on any instrument, he will find those two notes, and go. Those two notes, that up down up down up down up down up down. He literally will sing it, or I guess stim it. He'll play it on a piano. I think I've seen him play it on a guitar before. Like, he just loves those two notes. It's awesome.
How long will he do that for if he's just left by himself?
He can do it for hours.
Hours?
Do you have any idea as to what he's thinking during that time?
I don't know. I really don't know. What are you thinking? What are you thinking about? Huh? What are you thinking about? Hi.
I love that. So, that's how he bonds, right? Like, he grabs her, he pulls her in, he's touching her hair because he probably likes how it feels. He pulls her in, and similar to the other video that we watched with the teenager with autism, you know, they're like touching their heads together, and yeah, that's just how they bond, and shows that, you know, that he loves her.
Hey. What's up?
Chris, you are so funny, bro. You're so funny. I do that sometimes too. When my brother's like, "Yee," I'm like, "Yee." When my brother's spinning in circles to, like, you know, normalize it, make it fun, I start spinning in circles with him too.
Match your pick.
If he's running around the house, I might chase him a little bit. He loves being chased. Sometimes when my fiance's around and I'm running around the house, she'll be like, go get him, and my brother starts chasing me around the house. He said he's trying to match his pitch. Bro, it's two notes. It's two. He's going. You're so close, Chris. You're so close. I'm a music guy, so I mean, it could be why it's coming naturally. But
If somebody sees him out in public and he's stimming, what do you hope they think and understand?
I love the harmonica. Yo, that's so awesome. I wonder if he can play those same 2 notes on the harmonica too.
If people see him out, I don't think a lot of people know about stimming.
I agree. I don't think a lot of people know about stimming either. Well, that is until she made her page and got him so popular that now autism is so much more normalized. It's awesome. Man, I love her page so much.
So people probably stare and look.
Yup.
You know, that's why I try to
They stare and look at my brother too.
spread awareness about stimming and what it is.
Let's start by describing it. What is it? Why does he do this?
It helps him calm down, helps him regulate himself, anxiety, you know, kind of connect with the world, I think.
She said he does this for hours. That's amazing. I think my brother could probably stim for like a good hour or 2 straight, like nonstop. I think, actually, yeah, I think a good hour or 2, and then he might like take a break for a little bit. But wow, hours? Neat. Very interesting. And then my brother's at the door. Let me see what he wants. But I'm coming. But yeah, as she said, you know, he does this, she thinks, to regulate his emotions, his anxiety, and to... I'm coming, buddy. I'm coming. You know what? Yeah, he's doing this to regulate his emotions. Let's leave it at that. Let me see what my brother wants. Hey, where'd you go? Hey, you want some cereal? Hey, so I'm recording a video right now. Yeah, my camera's on, but... Oh, you want cereal? Yeah, I got you. Here, hold this. Awesome. I like how you put 2 hands on it. That is awesome. Alright. There you go. Oh, you want some more? Can you say more? Nice job. You said it nice and loud. There you go. Hey, can you put this back for me? Thank you. Hey, what do you say? He didn't say thank you. It's okay. Better luck next time. So as you saw, my brother knocked on the door. He knocked on it once. He went, knock. Waited a little bit. Knock. And then brought a cereal bowl, a spoon, and some cereal. And that's one of his favorite snacks, is dry cereal. So yeah, I love it. I love it. He's improved so much. Because even months ago, like, oh man, like before he would just point to the cereal box. Now he's able to say cereal before he would say si, or just point. And also he wouldn't knock as well. That's something else that's new that he started doing. I mean, I would love for him to be able to knock more, but the fact that he's able to knock once and he knocks loud, that is a great start, honestly. Man, he's improved so much. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna record podcast 6 and just make a bunch of, like, just talk about all the updates that I don't think I put out. Well, I put out podcast 5 recently, but I don't think I've recorded a podcast in months. So, a podcast 6 would be good, just with a bunch of updates for my brother. So, because we have done a lot. We have been doing lots of stuff. So, all right, let's go back. I don't know where we are. Okay, so they're stimming. Chris, you're stimming with this like that, you know, Darius is okay sitting next to him, and he's stimming, he's doing his own thing, and he doesn't mind that Chris is, I guess, stimming with him. That's good. That is good. It shows that he's very sociable, he's approachable, and you know, he's willing to make friends and essentially socialize, you know, create that kind of bonding time. Those kind of moments.
People think that you should not show it. You know, it's for private, your home. You should stim in the house. Don't show people stimming. But he's going to stim outside because
I was just about to say that.
he has no control. He cannot have.
Exactly. He's going to stim anywhere. You know, and I disagree with my parents on this, because with my parents, they're like, no, you need to be quiet. We're out at the restaurant. You need to be quiet. Hey, stop. Quiet down. Me personally, wherever we are, I don't ever tell him to stop stimming, because not only is he going to do it anyway, but like, it just doesn't help. I think it's just more stress, and it's just me trying to control him and make him I guess adhere to societal rules. But for him, I'd rather him just be himself and be happy as he is, who he is, rather than change to make other people feel more comfortable. Like, other people need to understand that he is a member of this community, and he is himself, and he deserves to be himself in this community, in these public spaces, and that's that. Honestly, like, he doesn't need to change. Now, unless we're in like a movie theater or something where you actually need to be quiet, like for the same reason they make you turn down your phone, put it on vibrate, like you don't want to really disturb people's experience like that. But even in a movie theater, like, I might give him 1 warning, 2 warnings, something like that, but he's not, like, he just doesn't know how to tone it down. So instead of fighting with him about it, I'd rather just let him do his thing. And then if anybody else got a problem, they can come talk to me. Yeah, come talk to me. What I want to do, if anybody ever come up to me, I'm be like, all right, go ahead, tell him. Go ahead, tell him to quiet down. And when he doesn't, I'm be like, well, we tried. All right.
He cannot mask his autism. He's autistic.
Exactly.
He can't hide it.
Exactly.
He's just being him. He's being David. He has no clue.
Exactly.
So he doesn't know when he gets outside he has to be quiet.
Exactly.
He doesn't know that he can't walk back and forth or make the sounds.
Do you think he realizes there's a difference between him and most other people?
That is a great question. Wow. Man, Chris stay asking the best questions.
I think he thinks other people are different.
I like that. I like that. Darius is like, why aren't you free? Why are you so contained? Why aren't you like, do your own thing? It's awesome. I always let the people I interview lead the interaction. Since Darius wanted to stim, I joined him. That's awesome. I love that Chris does that. Because when you do that, you know, people that have the disabilities, they don't feel so alone in their behaviors, and they show, like, it really does normalize these kind of interactions. That is awesome that Chris does that.
We're pretty good.
Laughing and other nonverbal cues are often just as effective as words for communication. Facts. I mean, that is an opinion, but facts. I agree with that. Yeah, you know, other forms of nonverbal cues like eye gaze, pointing, laughing, smiling, all those things show that, like, for example, my brother knocking on a door, all those things are communication and are just as important as verbally talking. But a lot of people don't recognize those ways of communication to be forms of communication. Really, just people that are trained, people that have experienced autism, like have a direct loved one with autism, and have like years of being with a loved one with autism or other disabilities. Also, sign language is a form of nonverbal communication, but sign language is kind of obvious because, you know, you're literally speaking a language. It's just nonverbal. Yeah, that is a great point that Chris makes. This is Darius's dad. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, we don't see him on the camera a lot, but he is around. Like, there are some videos with him being on there every now and then. But the main star of the page is Darius and Arissa, his mother. Arissa talking about advocacy and spreading awareness and talking about her experiences. And then, you know, Darius just being himself and doing his thing.
What do you think when your son stims?
I'm more patient with it. It used to bother me when I was like maybe watching a show or something and it gets a little too loud and I'm like, oh boy. But this is like maybe like a little while back. Now it's like,
You've grown accustomed to it.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like I said, like if you're in a movie theater or something, you don't want to disturb people. You know, as the dad said, he's watching a show, he's loud, he's like, a little bit, but now he kind of just tones it out. Same thing for my brother. He is constantly blasting the same Phineas and Ferb, Scooby-Doo, Bluey, he likes Total Drama Island, Totally Spies, a couple Disney shows. I can't quite remember it, but he's literally blasting those things and stimming, going "ee" the whole time, and I literally just tune it out. Like, I barely even hear it now. So I totally relate.
Ask you a question, Darius. What's your favorite movie?
What is his favorite movie?
What's your favorite movie? My favorite.
Open-ended questions tend to be very difficult for people who are nonverbal. It really is because there's with an open-ended question you can really answer it in any way. And although there's one specific answer here, like what's your specific favorite movie, because there's no visual options or there's no options laid out, it does become very difficult to answer those kinds of questions. People with autism, my brother included, I've met many people that struggle with open-ended questions.
Movie is the
Golden Girls. That's awesome. Wait, what?
Not your favorite movie.
Oh,
Favorite
Golden Girls
movie
is not his favorite movie.
The Golden Girls is not your favorite.
That's
movie.
so funny. is that even a movie? I don't think that's a movie.
Watch the Golden Girls around him. I'm a Golden Girl fan, fanatic, and
Yo, that is so funny. My mom loves Golden Girls.
shoulder, touch my shoulder. What do you want?
Aw, I love it. I love it. Rice tomorrow.
Want rice tomorrow.
Arissa is awesome that what she just did. So she's taking what he's saying and helping him make a sentence, like a full sentence from it, starting from I want rice tomorrow. My mom does the same thing with my brother all the time. I used to do the same thing with my brother. And as much as, like, it's great to work on your sentences. But for me personally, I think any kind of communication that he makes, any efforts, is honestly satisfactory for me. But I completely understand making full sentences, practicing that. And because it will improve his comprehension and his ability to make sentences in the end. It will take like a while for him to really get it down, but it will help in the end. But you know, that's where different families' priorities can differ a little bit. But it's not a bad thing either way. I mean, it's still working on communication regardless. Teaching him how to communicate effectively and show him that his words have power. And that it is important to use full sentences. Like, these are all great lessons to do, you know? And my mom does the same thing all the time with my brother. Literally all the time. My brother will be like, French fry, or and my mom will be like, say, I, and then my brother says, I want fry. So, that's awesome.
Teaching him to speak in full sentences?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Rise tomorrow.
Are you
Nice.
teaching him to speak in full sentences?
Yeah.
Why,
Yo, he is so jolly. I love it.
why is that important to you?
Because it's important because I want other people to understand him.
Exactly.
You know, so like I understand him no matter what he says.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. I understand my brother. Even if he's saying like the most basic of sentences, right? Rice tomorrow. I don't think that's a full sentence. But rice tomorrow, like, you understand what he's saying, but it's good to practice saying those full sentences.
But I want other people to understand so he can say, I want. Because if he said rice, no one knows.
Exactly.
You know, so I want him to like try to say, I want, I need, I want to go to the car, I want to go outside. Because if he just say outside, people don't.
He actually speaks really well. But yeah, so if he's saying rice tomorrow, people might say like, well, how is he nonverbal if he's saying rice tomorrow? He just said Golden Girls. And truly how that works is like, he doesn't have a full vocabulary, full speaking repertoire. You know, he's speaking in 1 to 2 word, I guess, sentences. And that's essentially, you know, how nonverbal works, you know. They don't have a full verbal repertoire. They may speak in 1 to 2 word, occurrences. I don't think that was the word I was thinking, but occurrences. And, you know, so he's still nonverbal because he's not speaking in full sentences, speaking full paragraphs, those things. But they might be able to repeat things. They might also be able to read directly off of a paper. But they may also struggle to enunciate full words, things like that. But you can still be nonverbal and say 1 to 2 words, you know. But it's not going to be like a full, like how I'm talking right now, like a full dialogue. Now they might have something where it's called echolalia, where they can hear something, or they also call it scripting, where you can hear something, hear like a scene from Disney, and be able to imitate that whole scene and use your words and repeat the whole scene as you heard it. That's another thing that people with autism commonly do. They call it scripting, where you're scripting, you're basically reading off the script of a movie, or you're repeating the script. They also call it echolalia, where you're hearing something and you're repeating it. But, you know, these are still, you can still be nonverbal and still speak like 1 to 2 words, but it's usually not anything more than that. I have seen people who are nonverbal, like, usually they speak the 1 to 2 words, right? And then out of nowhere, out of the blue, they're super descriptive and ask a full question, like out of nowhere. That just like, like where did that come from? Like, and specifically, there was one time, someone nonverbal, right? I give them a box, right? And I say, go put it over there. Go put it in that room, right? And they say, where do I put it? And you're just like, what? Where did that come from? Now, that's only 4 or 5 words, but, you know, sometimes they'll surprise you like that. So, yeah, that's about it. But let's see where we are.
I want to go to the car. I want to go outside. Because if he just say outside, people don't know what he's saying. So I understand, but he has to go out in the world and, you know, and communicate with others.
Exactly.
My biggest worry, because he's the reason I started taking better care of myself.
Do you hear that? He is the reason the father started taking better care of himself. Like, he is giving his father a sense of purpose beyond what the father originally had planned. That is awesome.
As I said, I need to take my own health more serious to stick around as long as I can because I have a son who needs to be cared for.
Yes, exactly.
So,
wow.
Really, as far as Darius goes, that's the only thing I ever worried about. Because I'm like, okay, you know, the inevitable. You're not here forever, and he needs to be cared for. So that's where my attention goes. Because I'm 30 years older than he is, and you know, I'm trying to stick around as long as I can. I mean, we all want to stick around and be healthy, but even more so for him. Even more so.
Whew. Yeah, you know, like I've said in the past, like that's every parent's biggest worry is, you know, I have to be there for my child because what's going to be their future when I'm not around? So as the father was saying, you know, that's why he took his health more seriously, because he wants to be here as long as he possibly can so that he's there to support Darius, you know, as best as he can, as long as he can. And me personally, I see this problem as a common reoccurring problem, and it just makes me want to create some kind of adult care program for adults with disabilities that have loved ones that can't take care of them anymore, where they're still able to go do activities out in the community. And there are already these kinds of programs. Like, I believe they're called adult daycares, adult living centers. But I don't know. I just feel a little iffy about it, you know? Like, a lot of them are certified. A lot of them have great workers there. But, you know, I've heard some bad stories with a lot of these places. A lot of these workers, sometimes they hire a crazy worker. And these people are nonverbal, right? Like, they can't speak up for themselves. So even in the event that they would get abused or something like that, God forbid, they can't even speak up for themselves. They can't tell you what happened. They might be able to point or be aggressive or show some type of behavior that is communicating that this person hurt them. But aside from that, they don't have the words for it. And that's why, you know, I would want to keep them out of those kinds of facilities, you know, for as long as possible. But I would love to make one of those facilities myself with people that I can train to be inclusive, and we have activities and really be able to socialize with people with disabilities or other people with disabilities, and really just create a loving, supportive, caring home with individualized support for each and every single person that would live there. I would love to do something like that, but those things cost money. So money that I don't have right now, and I don't know how I'm going to get those funds. But there's just so many ideas like that that I would love to do. Not just that, I would also love to run like social clubs. I would love to find like a. I would love to find like sorry, I was checking my comments. I would love to find like a van, something I could get and be able to drive people around from place to place. I'd love to show people sports, fitness. There's so much I can do. I just have to create like the program, and then get the word out and get funding and get clearances and get support from the state and all those kinds of things, which, I guess that is like in the near future. But this is the start, gotta get myself out there, put out these videos. But yeah, I'm going to go back.
But even more so for him. Even more so.
He started laughing. Man, it is contagious. I love his laughter.
It's fun.
Oh my goodness.
Every one of our clients used to be the best kept secret
I
in
gotta
the
get
field.
YouTube
Experts,
Premium.
coaches,
That's what I
healers.
need.
What's it like to have an 18-year-old autistic son?
So Darius is 18 here. Oh my gosh, he started playing the harmonica.
What's it like to have an 18-year-old autistic son?
I mean,
Oh, that was so cool.
today I was looking at him. He was sitting by my bed. He's a grown man. And when I'm walking with him, I gotta hold his hand. So it's like I'm holding a grown man's hand.
Mm-hmm.
He walking, he's bigger than me, and it's like, people might think I'm his girlfriend.
What happens if you don't hold his hand?
He probably go his own direction.
That's I mean, for my brother, I think, hold on, I'm getting a phone call, 1 second. All right, I'm gonna continue on. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna continue on. The person, I was not able to get in contact with him, so let's do it. As far as this, holding his hand, I have to hold my brother's hand when we're in the parking lot or if we're crossing the street, and the main reason is because my brother, first off, as far as safety, doesn't really understand safety. He doesn't understand. He can't process fully why we need to look both ways before we cross the street. He kind of just thinks it's kind of like routine, which is good because he should do it. But like, even if you look both ways, And if there was a car coming, if I just let him go, he would probably go anyway. Because he just doesn't, he can't understand why a speeding, barreling car is unsafe. Another thing my brother does, he kind of struggles a bit with spacing and personal space. And if I don't hold him close to me, what he'll end up doing is he'll get so excited that he starts walking back and forth, sometimes backwards. And if there's people in the line, he'll run straight into them, and he doesn't even think anything else of it. So I totally understand, like, you know, needing to hold his hand when out in public, you know, for his safety. Or I guess to, you know, help him maintain proper spacing.
He probably go his own direction.
I love this. You can tell he just loves his parents so much, and his parents love him. He's so happy.
Is Darius the first autistic person you've known?
No, my younger brother. He's 4 years younger than I am, and it happened the same way. At like 18 months, he was almost 2 years old because he was progressing normally, and then at 18 months, he like just lost it.
Yep.
Tell me about.
Wow. So I guess they're gonna start talking about regression, but regression is a very real side of autism that is common for people with autism. Oftentimes, when people are, I'll give an example of regression for my brother, but oftentimes people with autism, they experience some kind of regression, meaning that they have skills that like they were developing normally, and then they suddenly just lose their skills, and that does happen. I'll give a very tiny example of regression for my brother. My brother used to eat a lot more foods, and he used to be more willing to try new foods. But now he only eats spaghetti, rice, and French fries, and cereal, and chips. That is it. That is all he eats. He does not want to eat anything else. He used to eat Rice Krispie treats. He don't like them no more. He does like some candies. And he also, at one point, he even ate pizza. And he was way younger. I think he was like 4, around there. Like, he's tried pizza before, and he did like it. But that was the first and last time he ever ate pizza. He does not eat that anymore. So he became a lot more picky about it. But oftentimes when speaking about regression, usually as far as autism, the regression is as far as speaking. Yeah, typically with speech, you know, a lot of people with autism lose their ability to speak or communicate or function effectively. Or they, you know, they struggle with it. They need more support to gain those abilities.
The regression when you first.
At 18 months, he like just lost it.
Tell me about the regression when you first started to notice symptoms of autism.
Well, I think it was about 18 months, and he stopped responding to his name, and he stopped singing. He started more humming and making sounds, though. He still loved music, but he just stopped responding to his name. He wasn't interested in other kids.
Yep.
And he was.
Yeah, those are common signs of autism. You know, not responding to your name specifically is a common one. A lot of kids need to be trained how to respond to their name during early intervention services. That is a common one. And then also socializing with kids. That's another skill that you really practice it. You're going to practice it your whole life, of course, right? Because you're always going to be around people, especially classmates, you know, other people. But a lot of people with autism are just interested in what they like and either don't want to share or just want to do their own thing. Typically things that neurotypical kids don't aren't really interested in. Like being super fascinated by trains, being super fascinated by Legos and things like that. Which these are normal kid things, right? They are normal kid things, but there are some kids that they only play with those one things and they don't want to branch out, or they only want to do that. Like my cousin with autism, he loves cars, which is normal, right? People love cars all the time. But everything he does is cars. His whole room is filled with cars. He has a bunch of little car toys. I actually bought him these. I have to give it to him. But I got him some Hot Wheels and some trucks. But he loves cars. He has like 1 million cars toys. He's always watching videos of cars. And he watches all different kinds of stuff. Cars on a racetrack. He's watching people fix up their car. People doing like car reviews. He's watching like video games of cars, like GTA, something like that. Like just all car stuff. So having that one, like, they call it like a special interest. But yeah, that is very common. Let me go all the way back and I'll let them finish this time.
Responded to his name and he stopped singing. He started more humming and making sounds though. He still loved music, but he just stopped responding to his name. He wasn't interested in other kids.
And he was
Exactly.
that?
Yes, he was. And then, like I said, he would sing Blues Clues. He talked. He walked early. He had no choice because he grew up with, my sister had a kid and they were the same age, and she would like fall on top of him. She's like, I gotta get out of here. So he had to walk away.
Yeah.
That is so silly.
Yeah, I just noticed his focus was off. Like, cause he used to be real focused. Like, Darius, come here. He'd run over there to you. You talk back and forth with him, and then I just noticed that, like, hey, Darius, and then he wasn't responding to his name, and you'd be talking to him, and he'd be like, that's like you talking to me, and I'm like,
Exactly.
you know, it's more like you're not even talking. Like, my focus is like everywhere else, but you,
Exactly.
that's what I picked up on, his focus.
Yeah, having trouble maintaining attention on a speaker, that is a common one, honestly. Also, making eye contact tends to be difficult for people with autism as well.
He didn't like socialize with other kids. Because before that, when I took him to the little gym, he would play with other kids.
Wow.
And once he, regressed and everything, he showed no interest in other kids. Yeah.
Was it a gradual thing, or was it kind of like a night and day
It
thing?
was like an overnight thing. Like, once he was doing everything, and then the next day, he wasn't.
Interesting.
We will get you 1 million views or you don't pay. And if you give me 15 seconds, I'll explain exactly how this works. First, we build a tailored system around what's working in your niche, and then implement content systems for you so that all you guys...
She is literally trying to talk. Let me go back.
He wasn't.
Yo, she is literally trying to talk.
Handshake?
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
I love it. I love it. I love this bonding time. I really do. I love when people are friendly to people who are nonverbal and try to be friends with them and get to know them and from their perspective, from where they are. I love that. That is awesome.
is autism Darius's only diagnosis?
Yes, he's just autistic. Yes. And whatever that is.
That's just autism.
Greatness.
Greatism. Yes.
Autism and greatism.
Greatness.
Does he sit in his room all the time?
All the time. And sometimes we laugh because it's like, it's funny, like now. It's like, what are you saying?
These stems are epic.
Hey, baby, whoa. It's a blessing.
He's such a nice guy. Like, that's awesome.
No, it made me. It's a blessing, though. It made me really. Like, you know how they say you stop and smell the flowers? That's how autism is. Like, you really start appreciating the little things in life. Like, I never paid attention to the world around me. Like, Darius likes to roll in grass. So we roll in grass. He likes to pick up sand and fill it. I never paid much attention to that. Like,
I love that. I'm gonna let her finish.
The cherry blossom, he takes them and bloom. I never paid attention to the nature and enjoy the world like that. And that's the good thing about autism. Like, you really get to enjoy the world. You pay attention to stuff that you never paid attention to before.
Exactly.
Why do you think Darius likes?
Wow, that is awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Like, she's learning so much about herself and the world, all because of her son, who's nonverbal. And a lot of people look at people who are nonverbal as less, but they really are, like, more. They're awesome. Like, they really do show you the better things in life and make you aspire to do better. Like, every day, I'm constantly asking my brother, hey, what do you want to do today? And then driving him around all these different places because I just want to make his dreams come true. And, like, I didn't always work with my brother. I took over this position. How many months has it been? It's been, like, I think almost 5 months. Actually, no, it might have been more. Dang, I think I've been working with my brother for almost a year now. Maybe a little less than a year. Wow, it's already, time's been flying. But, yeah, you know, I took over this job. I wasn't expecting to be my brother's caregiver. It was because his past caregiver wasn't doing the best job and actually did something so petty that I was like, sayonara, you're never seeing my brother again. And then quit my job and then took over. But since then, like, I wouldn't say I've learned a lot about my brother. Not so much learning about people with autism because, you know, I've been formally trained. But, you know, I really have learned a lot about my brother. His interests, his abilities, he's improved so much since I started working with him. And I just find it so awesome. I just love making his day as epic as he wants it to be. And if he doesn't want to go outside, if I ask him, hey, do you want to go outside? And he says, no. We don't have to go outside. We can just chill at the crib. Like, it's awesome. Just seeing him go out and experience things and do things on his own, in his own way, every day. Oh, it's so satisfying and so awesome. Great for me and even better for him.
The harmonica so much.
I think he likes it because he kind of does the stimming. Like when with his vocal stems, he makes...
Wait, he found the notes. He did it. I remember earlier I was like, I wonder if he can do the notes. I think that's it.
Sounds, and I think he's making the same sound.
Yeah, I think that's the sound. That's cool.
Because he kind of does the stimming, like when with his vocal stems.
I think it's off by like a note or two.
He makes sounds, and I think he's making the same sound Do the harmonica.
He looks so happy. Yo, I love this frame. Why does he look like that? He looks so happy. And Arissa looks so happy too.
Do you love the harmonica, Darius?
Rice tomorrow.
Rice tomorrow. Rice tomorrow. Yes.
Two rice.
Oh, two rice. Two rice tomorrow. Two rice. Really? So when he stops, Darius stops. That is awesome. That is awesome. Love that they're playing together, man. Chris is the GOAT. He really is the GOAT. Like, he's so awesome. He's so happy. I love it. This is awesome. This is so awesome.
Excuse me?
It really reminds me of my interactions with my brother. It like, oh, it's so awesome.
You're reading wrong. Put these on. Show me your book. I'm gonna take a picture of it. Now.
Rice tomorrow. We're gonna get rice tomorrow. Yeah, when you come home from school, you can have rice, okay? Can I move over?
Does he fixate on things like that a lot?
Yes, especially food.
Oh, my brother too, man. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's a problem. Like, oh my goodness. To be ready to fight me over food. And the craziest part, he eats 3 meals a day. 3 big meals a day. Well, maybe not that big, because we kind of got him on a little bit of a diet. He's a big dude. But, like, he eats. He literally eats. He eats too much to be acting how he be acting with food. Sometimes, I swear. Like,
the thing that, like, bothers me when we are out is if we go out to eat, he eats so fast. You gotta control his eating.
My brother does that too. He, like, a giant plate of food. Oh, my goodness. He could get through that in, like, 2 minutes. Like, literally, rice, sauce, with chicken on the side. He'll get through the whole thing in like 2 to 3 minutes. And it's honestly kind of scary. Like, what I usually do is when he's eating, I'm just nearby in case he starts choking. And he's never really choked before. Well, thank God, right? But he eats that fast. He's just sitting there. He doesn't even fully chew his food before he swallows. He just takes a bite, maybe chews once or twice, takes another bite. And I am curious to hear how they control his speed, because for my brother, like, he just gets annoyed when I tell him, like, hey, slow down, all right, stop, wait. He gets so annoyed. He's just like, oh my God, let me eat my food. Like, he gets so frustrated when I do that. But, you know, it really is for his safety. It is to make sure that he's not going to choke, that he properly chews his food, you know, doesn't get that upset stomach. Man, my brother does the same thing. He's so fast, like, too fast. It's scary.
That's about it. Like, as far as like the stemming or anything like that, like, I hope he doesn't get too loud, but no. And really, that's like, you know,
these are the only downsides that they're listing here, right? I'm sure there might be 1 or 2 other downsides, right? Maybe a little bit more, but these are the downsides, and they're not that bad, right? Like, Darius is awesome. The upsides, he's so lovable and happy, and he pushes people around him to do better and stop and enjoy life. Like, Darius is so awesome.
It doesn't bother me, but, you know, you're kind of trying to be considerate to everyone else.
Yeah, follow societal norms.
You know, but it doesn't bother me at all.
And also try to make other people feel comfortable. I totally get it, man. Totally get it.
Yeah, like when I take him out, food is a big issue. Like he likes to grab and get more, and it's like difficult when it comes to food.
Man, same. Same for my brother.
Food. So food is our biggest issue.
While interviewing his family, Darius' stimming appeared random and without structure. But when we stemmed together, it seemed organized and in unison. Interesting. This to me indicates that we are communicating and he is enjoying it. Yeah, being in unison like that, you know, it really is a great way to bond, especially for someone that loves music like him and also loves to stim like him. His body language, his feet on my lap also indicates this. Yeah, it shows he's comfortable, like being around him and, you know, being on him. And shout out to Chris for accepting his unique form of communication and love. That is awesome. Although it is truly impossible to know what a person is thinking, human connection is an art, not a science. Interesting. Very interesting. And all we can do is our best. Yes. Yes.
Darius is 18. Over the course of his life, there's been a lot of knowledge spread about autism. Would you say we're at a good place in society? Are people generally...
No. Well, in my opinion, he's asking Arissa here, but in my opinion, no. If you go to these comments, people are being so wildly disrespectful to Arissa and Darius. Like, we need so much more awareness. I really appreciate Arissa's channel and her efforts and all the other advocates that are online. But people are, like, people that don't know people with disabilities, they're just so wildly disrespectful about, like, people with disabilities and their loved ones. Like, oh god, that stuff pissed me off. Straight up.
Accepted knowledge spread about autism. Would you say we're at a good place in society? Are people generally accepting?
I think we still have a lot of work to do.
I agree.
In 2023, Trez, go see what he's doing. He's doing something in there.
He's being mischievous. Yeah, my brother be like that too. Trust me, I know. You hear some sounds that are unusual. You gotta go check on him real quick.
Does he do different things in the bathroom?
Yes, he dump out soap and stuff like that. And
oh, he dumps out soap? Flush the toilet paper? Okay. Yeah, my brother, oh my gosh. Thank goodness he doesn't do it much anymore. But he used to waste lotion, put lotion all over the place, all over the mirrors. Waste the soap, like, oh my god. And now I gotta come through, clean it all up.
Flush the toilet paper and stuff like that. Yeah, and I think in 2023, you would think we have come a long way, but it's a lot of work to do.
Yes, agreed. What we really need, I mean, I feel like it's different priorities for everyone, but at least for me, personally, what I need to do is continue to work with professionals of other disciplines in how to be more inclusive and really inclusive and supportive of people with disabilities, because as I always say, most people don't know anything about people with disabilities. So think about people that are in working professions or helping professions or first responders. Most definitely don't know anything about people with disabilities. And the more information and awareness I can get out there on that specific issue, like, oh my gosh, if we could mandate disability training for first responders, which isn't nationally mandated at all. It's like a hit or miss in most states. Actually, no, it's a miss in most states, but it's a hit or miss in some states. Like, we can really reduce the number of tragedies that there are. So many situations of excessive force or deadly force, and situations where the person with disabilities, they're a teddy bear and they just don't understand commands, or they don't realize that when they have this so-called weapon in their hand, they don't realize that they're creating a safety issue because they don't understand safety, or they don't understand like these kinds of things could seem threatening to people. But it's, oh man, we like she said, there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. A lot of parents are still lost and confused, especially new parents that are that just found out that their child has a diagnosis, and they don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. And we're getting better. Like there's more and more information, but I'm still hearing constant stories of parents being told by doctors that their kid is going to struggle with so much and will never be able to do XYZ. Like, oh my goodness. And it's inaccurate, right? Like, usually, you know, the kid, they have some overcoming to do, but with specialized instruction and support, and individualized instruction specifically, catered to them and their needs and their abilities, you know, they really can overcome a ton. I mean, look at Darius. I've seen, like I said earlier, I've seen videos of him reading the Pledge of Allegiance to the whole school. And this guy is nonverbal. That is amazing. That is amazing. He's learning instruments. He's making videos where he's having fun in these videos. Man, so much work needs to be done. I wholeheartedly agree with Arissa here.
Darius does not like to wear clothes, so it's hard. So I tell him, like, Darius, when you come out your room, you have to have clothes on. So he wants to run around without any clothes on. He doesn't like shoes.
I'm not going to say too much about this to spare my brother's dignity, but we have similar issues. But, you know, I teach him a lot of ways to spare his dignity. Like, you know, those kind of rules. I've taught him the towel trick, you know, where you wear a towel around your waist. I've taught him that, and we've really worked on it. So now he does do that. Now he does, when he hops out the shower, he puts a towel around his waist. So some practice, but now he really has gotten it down. Things like closing the door when you're getting changed or you're using the restroom, things like that, making sure you close the door. We had to work on it, but now he's doing it every single time. Like, so much improvement in those areas. But I totally understand in this situation.
So he wants to run around without any clothes on. He doesn't like shoes.
My brother doesn't like shoes either.
So that's hard. You know, it's like, you. No one wants to see a grown man. Yeah, no one wants to see a grown man.
Have there been situations where you've had to explain that or something similar to other people?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's you know, I have, it was a...
Same here. I've had to explain it to guests. I had to explain it. I'm on a phone call. People are like, what's that noise in the background? They hear my brother going, eee! I explained that to him. There was times where I used to be embarrassed by things like that when I was like a younger teenager. But now I'm just like, man, if you don't like my brother, you can get on. That's how I feel, you know. Man, but no, I totally relate. Totally do.
Time when, like, we would have a party, and in the middle of the party, he would take off his clothes, and all the girls would go running. Oh my gosh, Darius! And he was younger, but it was a surprise for people to see him like that. Because 1 minute he's dressed, and he's very fast.
Yes.
So he's dressed, fully dressed, and then he's nude. So it's like, wow.
I think I have mixed feelings about talking about these kind of topics, which again, we're able to disagree, right? That's just how awesome, you know, having an opinion is, right? I don't try to talk about these kind of topics because I feel like they're a little bit TMI. And also I want to preserve my brother's dignity. But at the same time, I totally understand needing to talk about it because it's real. Like, this is real life, real experiences. And, you know, it really does spread awareness of people with autism. But I try my best to avoid these kinds of topics when talking about my brother. One, because there's so much more that I could talk about. And two, I do want to preserve his dignity. And, you know, talk about him in a good light. And not so much where he struggles. Especially when it comes to things like this. Where there is, it could be deemed embarrassing. Especially if I'm talking in front of him too. I really don't want to, actually, no, honestly, either way, I don't really try to talk about these kind of topics. But especially when I'm in front of him, speaking about him, like, I really try to, you know, gas him up and speak highly, and be positive. Because, you know, I don't want to put him down. I don't want to make him feel ashamed of himself or feel embarrassed. Exactly, and I'm sure Arissa feels the same way. Like, she doesn't want to embarrass him either, right? But again, this is real. Like, this is real stories, and she really is spreading awareness of her experiences being a mother of a child with autism.
No one expected him to be nude.
Now, if a kid does that, it's still kind of like socially unacceptable, but
Yeah.
it's a kid. If an adult does that, it can lead to dangerous situations if people
Exactly. Man, great point.
don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, and that's one thing I really wanted to work with him, with keeping his clothes on.
That's why it's such a priority, because, you know, like Chris said, when you're a kid, like, you're still a kid. It is kind of unacceptable, but you're still a kid. But when you're an adult, you can't be doing stuff like that. So that's why you got to nip it in the bud early, work those skills early on so that they're not so much of a struggle when you're an adult and you can really get into some serious trouble. Or, you know, something that you do can be misconstrued. A lot of people don't even realize that you have disabilities, and, you know, it could just go south real quick.
So he knows now, like, if he wants to eat or come out his room, he has to have underwear on. So I got to that point where he understands that he needs to wear underwear when he leaves his room.
All right, I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let me make sure y'all can hear me still. All right, cool. All right, let's keep going.
So I let him. A lot of people may feel like he should have underwear on all day, but if he's in his room, I let him slide a little bit.
Sometimes he doesn't want to be bothered, and I don't mess with him. Like, I look, he's really into something, I just leave him there. Sometimes I look and then he laughs, and then I know that's my cue to go. It's okay to play.
So you've learned to read his nonverbal cues over the years.
Yes.
Well, his nonverbal cues, it's a guessing game for me. And it's like, sometimes I just do the process of elimination.
Yeah.
And like, he basically, with me, he has to do a lot more work to get me to understand him. But I kind of like bringing it out of him, though.
When some
Wow. Yeah, I totally relate. A lot of times, I don't know what my brother wants. Like, if he didn't bring the cereal, the bowl, the spoon, as you saw earlier, you know, it would take me a second to figure out, like, oh, you want cereal? Because he's not just going to walk up to me and say, cereal, please, or something like that, or cereal. Actually, well, he might nowadays, but before he did not do that at all. It was definitely a guessing game. Like, I had to go through a list of things, like, hey, do you want this? Do you want that? And then it's one of those things where he has to go, no, yes, or shake his head. Like, you know, I have to do more work to understand what he's saying. But, you know, as the dad said, he said he likes bringing that out of him. You know, he likes to get him to, you know, work his mind and work on communicating and, you know, having that kind of conversation with him, even though it's not like a back and forth, but, you know, trying to communicate with him. That's great. That is great. When okay.
somebody meets Darius for the first time, what do you hope they think?
That he's awesome.
I don't think about it. Because again, my view of it is like, I don't view him as different. I just like recognize his I understand his limitations, but I really don't treat him
When he
different.
was a little younger, I was worried about it when people would meet him and what they would think and how they would accept him. You know, because people judge a lot. Like,
what is he saying? Is he saying gay?
right now, I don't accept him.
Sounds like he's saying gay. Interesting, Stan.
You know, because people judge a lot. Like, right now,
Gay. Could be saying gig or like gag.
18, this is Darius.
Interesting, Stan. All right.
You know, because people judge a lot. Like, right now, 18, this is Darius, and he's awesome. But when he was younger, I thought about it. Like,
I think he's saying ged. Because sounds like he's putting like a D on the end of that.
what they're going to think of Darius, how they're going to treat him. And one thing that people did when he was younger, a lot of people do this. They like to go come up to him and say, hi, I'm Mary, and you know, he would like push him away. And because people want to be nice, but it don't like come up to him and get in his face right away. You know, a lot of people.
Yeah,
like
but they don't know.
But they don't know exactly.
Like, so that's the hard part. Because he would like push you away or something.
This is why it is important to talk to someone's loved one about what's the best way to approach someone with disabilities. Specific because they know that person well. They know what's comfortable for them. They know what's uncomfortable for them. Like, you might think you're being nice, and as the dad says, you don't know. It's great that you're being friendly in the first place, honestly. But because you don't, like, a good rule of thumb is talk to the loved one, the caretaker, the parent first on what's the best way to approach, and then approach that way. That's usually the best way to go about it, or a situation like this might happen where he might push you away or something like that, like she's saying, because you know you overstep your boundaries, and you approached in a way that was just a bit too uncomfortable for the person with disabilities.
They don't know though.
Yeah, a lot of people like to do this. So that's the hard part, because he would like push you away or something like that.
I had a great time spending time with you, Darius. Thank you for hanging out with me and singing with me.
He put his
Your feet
foot in his
smell lovely.
face. Darius, why you do that? Wow, that was an awesome episode. I'm so glad I finally watched that. Man, Darius is terrific. I see why he is a star. He is so awesome, so happy, so loving, so kind. I love his vocal stems, very unique. The way he communicates is very unique. And I'm glad that his parents love him dearly. He has a very loving family, and they reciprocate the same love that he gives to them. That is awesome. And shout out Chris, great host, great interviewer, asking amazing questions, being very friendly, and being present and communicating with Darius as best as he can. So awesome, so awesome. We need more interactions like that, especially with people who are nonverbal, where they feel comfortable to be themselves and communicate how they do, however they do, whenever they do, right? Man, that was a great video. So glad I watched that one. If you enjoy the video, please like, comment, share, follow, subscribe, however it works. And I'll have more of these up soon. And fortunately, actually, I'm gonna finish the video first. Have more of these up soon. Thanks for watching. Peace. Alright, let's stop the recording. Alright, so stream. Now that the video's done recording, I do gotta go. I started this really late. I had other things I wanted to do, like play chess, talk about disability rights law and advocacy and things like that, but I started the video way too late. And you know, these commentary videos, they always take me so long to do. So, because I keep pausing it and talking and pausing and talking. So, yeah, you know, till next time, because I do have to get going. But it was great to get this stream off. Yeah, peace out. Thanks for watching. And I'll have more content. I'm working on much other stuff in the background. I have more coming out on top of just these live stream videos. I'm working on podcasts, working on mobile videos, all those kinds of things. So yeah, thanks for watching. Gotta go. Peace.